Now, in the last 2 years alone, violent dogs not banned under the Dangerous Dogs Act have killed 3 young children and seriously mauled many more. Just 6 days ago, little Paige Allison was released from hospital following an attack in which a Staffordshire Bull Terrier clamped its jaws around her throat and left her fighting for life.
Paige's mother, Katie, wants to know why no one has been held responsible for the attack. A question we're going to put to Caroline Kisko from the Kennel Club in just a moment. And do you know why that is?
Because it happened in her house, and it's not a dangerous dog. It's not under.
It's not one of the 4 breeds
No.
under the Dangerous Dogs.
Caroline, should that be the case? Because, I mean, it's very difficult to know what would push a dog over the edge, how far you could go. Is it the dog's fault? Is it the owner's fault? So what is the Kennel Club's view here?
Well, first of all, of course, we are, as everybody is, extremely sorry that this happened, because a horrible, horrible incident all round. And I'm sure, as much as Katie had a horrible time and her daughter, the owner must have been pretty traumatised as well. But having said that, there are 2 sides to this, and one is the fact of breeds, and the other is the fact of the actual behaviour of the dog. And at the Kennel Club, we don't believe, and that's in conjunction with a lot of other organisations as well, such as the RSPCA, the Metropolitan Police and so on, we all believe that actually this is a question of dealing with the action of the dog and the owner, and not of a particular breed. Because
so it's
as
the
you
way
said,
the owner brings the dog up.
well, largely, I mean, I would say that in those circumstances you don't know what triggered it, but I would have serious concerns about any dog that made an attack, whatever those circumstances. And I'm sure that we all know circumstances.
You don't know how
child
dangerous a dog is until it's actually done something like that. So why would people be allowed to have these dogs in the first place?
Well, that would apply whether it was a Labrador or a crossbreed or any other dog. So I think that the answer there is that we need to be much more careful in the way that our dogs are firstly reared. And one of the things in this country is that now we're becoming so clinical in our attitudes towards dogs that actually dogs are being very poorly socialised, because they don't get out into the street, they don't meet kids, they don't meet other dogs in the way that they used to. And in years gone by, you know, the kid wasn't, the children were out, they were playing, the puppy was outside playing as well. And now we're saying, you know, dogs are dirty, they mustn't go anywhere, and this is completely daft, and it's also meaning that dogs are not properly socialised.
I can understand that, but there are breeds that get a worse press than others.
Yes,
I mean,
of course.
The information we had at the beginning of the children who've been attacked, a lot of it was Rottweilers, a Staffordshire Bull Terrier, animals that we know have inbred in them a hunting instinct, and so they are dangerous in that sense.
If it was a hunting instinct, then we would expect to see an awful lot more breeds being involved in those type of attacks. I don't think that that's what it is. I think it is purely a matter of how the dog is raised. Yes, there is a certain amount of a breed which has temperament built in, but it is actually quite a small part compared to how they're raised. And what we want to see is a change in the law that does allow people to be brought to book if their dog attacks in their
Well,
own
we know
home.
that there's going to be a complete review of the 1991 Dangerous Dogs Act very soon. In the meantime, that doesn't help Paige.
No.
But thank you both very much indeed. Thank you for coming in.